Hello everyone. I am Sanjana, onco nutritionist from ZenOnco.io. So today we will be speaking on the topic as to are sugars really needed in our diet or not. Let us try and understand what is basically meant by a sugar. A sugar is a type of a carbohydrate which is going to be providing us calories or energy as well. Now, many of us we daily consume sugar. It could be in the form of a natural sugar, which could be a fruit or a vegetable. It could also be when we have it along with milk, tea, or any other beverage, perhaps. Okay, so sugar is actually a broad term for simple carbohydrates. So it can be either a natural sugar which is present in fruits or vegetables. It can also be the sugar which is commercially produced and added to various foods. And this is known as a free sugar. So now the question is, what is a free sugar? Now, free sugar is a term which is generally used to the sugar which is added to all the fruits. It could be, for example, a sucrose or glucose or even maltodextrins as well. Now, these are hidden forms of sugar which we generally find in various processed food. Nowadays in the market, there are so many processed foods which are available and they are having sugar in them. But the thing is to understand and read the nutritional label in understanding which of the ingredients is a sugar. Now, these are nothing but your hidden sugars which are present. The fascinating part is that there have been 50 hidden sugars which have been listed down, which and these each one of them is found in some or the other processed food which is nowadays available abundantly in the market. Okay, so now this free sugar also includes the sugars which are present in honey, syrups, or even in the unsweetened fruit juices as well. However, the sugar which is present in the fruits, vegetables, and milk is not counted as a free sugar. So, how about the sugar which is present in our fruits? Now, fruits contain a fiber. They are also rich in vitamins and minerals as well. Okay, so what happens is that these contain the natural sugar, and hence it is always advisable to have a fruit rather than a juice. Now, why does a fruit is beneficial rather than a juice? First of all, it is, yes, it is an healthy option and a healthy alternative to the foods which could either contain free sugar as well. So now a fruit, yes, it does contain fiber. It contains the natural vitamins and minerals which are completely essential for our body. It also contains the natural sugar fructose as well. However, when the fruit is made into a juice, the fructose content in it is doubled. Okay, and also what happens is that the vitamin and the mineral content or even the fiber content could be reduced. So hence it is generally advisable to eat a whole fruit rather than a juice as well. Now we will see as to what are the foods which contain free sugar. A free sugar is there in the beverages or the fizzy drinks which you generally get. They are also there in the processed foods or the cereals, ready to eat cereals which are there. They are also present in the bakery foods which are generally available in the market. Now let us speak about a common myth which we come across in cancer. The common myth is that sugar is a culprit which will cause cancer. So now let us see what is the fact. So sugar does not actually cause cancer, but instead the cancer risk is there depending upon how the body is going to respond to the sugar intake. Okay, so now let us see exactly what happens. Now, when we eat high calorie foods which have more of sugar, for example, you say break smoothies or juices or outside desserts, pastries, now they have a high sugar content in them, right? So now basically what happens is that all of these foods are going to be also putting us at a risk of other chronic lifestyle diseases as well. Okay, so obesity is one of the risk factor for certain cancers as well. So it is very important also to choose foods in the diet which have a low glycemic index. In my previous videos, I had also spoken about what is meant by glycemic index. However, we will again recap and try to understand what it is. Glycemic index is a measure. It tells us like what specific food which we eat is going to be causing a sugar response. How is the response of the sugar gonna be like when we are going to be consume a particular food? Now, sugar is one such food when we consume, it is going to cause a spike in the sugar levels. Why? Because it contains a high glycemic index. Okay, so what happens is that sometimes in our body when we have lots of sugary foods and all, it is going to cause a insulin resistance. What do you mean by insulin resistance? Pancreas is the main organ which is going to be producing insulin. Insulin is a hormone which is going to play an important role in regulating the blood sugar levels in our body. Now, what happens is insulin acts like a lock and key for the entry of glucose into the cells. Glucose is required because it is important for the cellular functioning and it also provides our body energy as well. So now what happens is there is not being enough insulin produced by the body and hence it is not going to let the glucose to enter into the cells for their functioning. So the blood goes into the glucose goes in enters into the blood and then hence it is going to cause a spike in the sugar levels. Now sugar has been also linked to causing inflammation in the body because when you have obesity, yes, there is also going to be some amount of inflammation in the body. Cancer is also a condition which is exhibits chronic wherein there is chronic inflammation as well. So now as we have seen that when there is inflammation there are certain inflammatory markers which are produced in the body. For example, your cytokines are also going to induce inflammation in the body. You have also insulin like growth factor 1 which is going to also cause inflammation. Now what happens is that over here certain tumors which are there, they are going to be releasing the cytokines which are going to also induce inflammation, and the glucose is also going to be a source for their growth. Hence it is very important to regulate your sugar intake. We rather say that it is important to restrict in fact sugar in the diet so that it will not cause further inflammation in the body as well, because the main role is that we need to inhibit the tumor growth in our body, right? So also it is important to understand that we need to restrict the intake of sugar so that we reduce the overall inflammation in the body. So what are the alternatives of sugar then which you can have in your diet? The alternative sources of sugar are organic jaggery. You can also have stevia, which is a natural sweetener as well. So these are some of the options which you can obviously include in your diet. So thank you so much everyone for watching this video. We at ZenOnco.io are always by your side to navigate you through your cancer care journey. In case of assistance, you can surely reach out to our cancer care coaches on the below mentioned contact number. Thank you.